Hi, everybody. Welcome to Module 15 of Econ 5. In Module 15, we're going to learn about a new test statistic. We've been using Z and T over the last few weeks. In Module 15, we're going to learn about something known as chi-squared. And chi-squared is used primarily, in our case, for categorical data. So we're going to learn two new kinds of hypothesis tests for categorical data, which is also known as a qualitative variable. So chi-squared is this funny-looking X, sort of Greek letter with a little squared up above it. And the reason that it's always a square is that it's always going to be a positive number. We're always going to be squaring things when we add up and calculate chi-squared. So the two hypothesis tests we're going to learn about in this module have to do with categorical variables. The first one is a multinomial goodness of fit test. So remember when we were looking at hypothesis tests about proportions for categorical variables, we were comparing them to a specific number. And that meant that there were only two possibilities. There was either a proportion that was what we considered a success or the proportion that we considered to be a failure. And with a multinomial goodness fit test, it allows for categorical variables that have more than just two categories. So we'll learn how to do a test when we have more than two categories to consider. The second kind of test is to look for what is known as independent. In other words, we want to find out whether there is a relationship between two categorical variables, whether knowing the category that an element belongs to for one variable gives us some information that helps us determine the more likely category it's going to fall in for another variable. If that's true, we say the two variables are related, which means they are not independent. On the other hand, if knowing the category of one categorical variable tells us absolutely nothing about the category that another variable falls into for that same element, then we call that or what we say is that those two variables are independent. So we're going to do a hypothesis test that helps us see whether there is a relationship between these two variables, and we call that the test of independence. So we're going to learn about chi-squared. We're going to learn about how to do those two hypothesis tests. And the way we go about it is we will watch videos from Khan Academy, complete 2 lessons on Hawk's learning, and then complete a Canvas practice assignment. So you can see it's the same sort of setup that we have used before. A lot of Khan Academy short videos and practice assignments, then the Hawk's learning lessons, and finally the Canvas practice assignment. So good luck with chi-squared. The last 2 modules then that we're going to do are going to be related to regression analysis, which is one of the more important parts of statistics, and we've been building up to it all semester. So after we finish chi-squared, we'll be doing 2 modules, 16 and 17, on regression analysis. And those apply to quantitative variables as opposed to the chi-squared we're learning in this module, which apply to categorical variables. So be sure and post any questions that you might have on the discussion